Yes, New Year's almost upon us, just a few days away. We know most New Year's celebrations are going to be obviously virtual this year due to COVID.
Such is life right now. But if you are planning to have one or maybe attend one, there are some basic rules to follow. And that is why, my friends, we invited the Etiquette Dream Team, Darian and Monica Lewis. Look at them. They're all dressed up, ready to go to explain the do's and the don'ts of digital festivities to ring in the new year. Good morning. Hello. Uh-oh, we can't hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes.
There you go. I mean, we were not about to shut this party down, especially after you got the place all decked out. You're in your glitter and all dressed in a suit. You are ready for New Year's Eve. Let me ask you though, I understand a family with 5 kids, right? You have 5 kids?
Yes.
Bless you, because we have children too. Not that many, even combined, not that many. But we're blaming it on our kids and being too tired to have a virtual celebration. But you say it's not too late and there's no excuse.
It's not too late. It's all about planning, you know.
Okay.
And so even though we know this is a difficult year and we should be celebrating because we survived it.
Thank
so
you.
we want to make sure that we get a party in overcoming the whole pandemic piece. So yes, with 5 kids, it's all about planning. So first thing first, you must have a checklist. You cannot plan anything without a checklist. And so that means including where your kids going to be.
Yes.
Make sure you can find them.
Yes.
So you want to build and the next thing is you want to build the ultimate playlist. You know, think about your guests. You're going to include kids, or if it's going to be an adult-only party, you know, make sure you have something for everybody, every generation, everything.
I see you getting into it with the moves. Yeah. Are you DJ in the house?
It's New Year's Eve. You know, we got to turn it up, right? And then after that, you want to make sure you have a guest list that includes people that you actually like in real life. You know, don't just include people that don't mesh well, but get people together that's going to have a good time, that you like spending some time with, and then give them specific instructions. Let them know if there's going to be a dress code or a theme. Let them know what time to be on and what time it will end, because sometimes there may be multiple parties. Yes, it's okay to party hop.
Right. And then on top of that, read the invitation if it's adult only, because you definitely don't want your kids exposed to something if it's not for adults.
Right.
Yeah, hello, right?
So a lot of people would think that hosting a virtual party is it's probably a little easier than actually hosting a physical party. But it seems like you guys are saying, look, put forth the effort, right? This could definitely, though, be a little cumbersome. So what are some of the parameters? Is it a thing about doing too much? Is it possible to do too much when hosting a virtual party?
Look at her face. I love it.
No such thing.
No! Do you see how I'm dressed? If you're going to do it right. Even though it's virtual, treat it like it's a live event. That means you need to have an entertainer. You could be an entertainer or someone that's DJing. I mean, because Zoom, you have virtual rooms and all of that. If you're going to do it all the way. Dress, go with the theme, and then make sure you have guests that's going to go with it, because no one wants to come to a dead party.
Not at all. You know, so the big thing about it is make sure you're comfortable with the technology. Don't let this be your first time trying to, you know, merge your screen or share your screen or audio.
Right.
So
because that's what I would do. Well, how do you practice that?
Today, you start now. You can,
you have like 2 days.
You got 2 whole days to mess up.
And look, and if you don't want to learn, get someone co-host it with you. That is familiar. You can have them as a producer.
That's my speed. Yeah. And I love that you say that you can party hop, because a lot of people think Zoom, they're like, I got to dedicate 45 minutes to this. I don't really want to spend that much time with these people. But you can go to different parties on Zoom. It's almost like you don't even have to pay the gas for it.
No, not at all. Here's the rule. As long as you respond or you reply to the RSVP to the host that you're coming to each of the parties. And then when you leave, make sure you thank the host and exit. Now, here's the big thing. Make sure you beware of the chat. Okay, if you can't say it out loud, don't put it in the chat, because not all chats are private. And you know, when you start adding your libations into it, you may get a little loose with your words. Well, you don't want to be called out after New Year's about something you put in the chat to everybody about somebody.
Right. And keep those clothes on, right?
Absolutely. So universally, it seems to be a bad etiquette, bad manners to show up to anybody's event empty-handed. So when it comes to a virtual celebration, what do you bring?
I still feel like you still should give or provide a host a gift. So you can mail them fresh flowers, especially in a vase. You don't want to send them fresh flowers just in a regular wrapping, because then they have to find a vase for it. You can also send them like some their favorite dessert or their favorite treat. You can
that's a
still
nice
do those
idea.
little things.
Right.
Yeah. See, that's old school. I'm new school. You can do like
wants to
meal
do digital.
No, yeah, you can do meal preps. You can do DoorDash and Post-its.
Right.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
true.
give them all of the things that it would take, to make a good party. So
Yeah.
especially like if you're going to have a theme to a party and you want to send them a little bubbly or you want to send them a little sparkling cider, do that. You can go
You
ahead
know what?
and
I'm
use
going to host a party just so you guys can come to it, because you're the life of the party.
I want to go to the Lewis's party.
This is
Come on,
true.
going
We
there.
want that too. Hey, we got to bring in the life of our party around here, Ben Aaron, because this guy knows how to party.
Oh, I'm
I
a
mean,
nut.
look at his face.
I'm a wild man. I'm in bed by 8:30 on New Year's Eve and asleep by 8:34. So I do have a question though, because you said it a little bit before, and I think the best thing about this New Year's is that I always like to surround myself with people, like you said, it's a guaranteed it's a good time, because New Year's Eve a lot of bad things can happen. But I love that this New Year's Eve you can go out and just invite everybody, because you could just mute
them.
Yeah.
which is great.
Yes.
I
mute.
love the mute button.
Yes, exactly. and you need to follow our lead. Whenever we log into an event, our mic is always muted. Today we thought we had unmuted it, but
Right.
that's how you always enter in. So no one hears, hey, move the camera to the left.
Right.
Yeah.
Get
the printout.
Right, get the printout. Yeah,
Oh.
you don't hear all that.
See,
So
I
when
love how
come
you
in-
spun that. I love that, because we couldn't hear you in the beginning. That was because you were teaching us to stay on mute
Right.
when you
It was a
enter a
lesson.
party. Hello.
Darian, Monica, before I let you go, I know a lot of people obviously are trying to put some kind of last-minute plan together at this point. Do you have any suggestions for some great games to kind of spice an event
Yeah.
up? Obviously, people are kind of bored with doing Zoom, so what are some cool party games to kind of get folks through that event?
So think about slipped it in, where you'll send someone a message or a statement that they have to slip into casual conversation. Or you can have like a game of taboo, where you can list a series of words that you can't say, like politics, or when it talks about pandemic, anything like that. Also scavenger hunts, games and activities that people can do from their home or their office, wherever they may be tuning in from. But any of those little games, any of those activities that get people engaged and moving and get everybody working on the same page, all of that works.
And you can
And
do
you-
that on Zoom? That works on
Yeah.
Zoom?
And you can actually use the breakout room in Zoom. And I say develop teams in a breakout room and make it like very competitive.
Right.
So you
okay.
Hunger Games.
Yeah. Like everybody, show me a comb. If you have 3 seconds to show me a comb. 3, 2.
I like the secret word. The secret word is great, because you get everybody in on it, and one person doesn't know about it. And you have to
Right.
get that person to say the secret word, and when they say
Right.
it, you all go into a frenzy.
So much
Yeah.
fun. You guys are a party, that is for sure. Hey, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank
Love
you.
having you.
Thank you.
Hope to see you soon.
Have a happy and safe New Year to you.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.